According to Merriam-Webster, one of the definitions of a grinder is an athlete who succeeds through hard work and determination rather than exceptional skill. And there is no better example of that than Bedford, Indiana's Craig Bowden. After 2 years at the University of Indianapolis, Craig's unlikely professional career got started when he was an assistant pro at the Bloomington Country Club.
We had a big scramble, and I eagled this hole right here that we're off to my left here by myself in a massive, we had about an $80,000 Calcutta, and I chipped in from right over there and had a bunch of people come to me and say, hey, you know what, that's pretty nervy what you just did there. That's pretty impressive. And I always wanted to try to give it a shot, and those were my aspirations, and I got some money together, and by the grace of God, I had two individuals that were really good to me, Jim Hammond and Dave Elliott, both local business owners here, and they put some money up, and I hate to say the rest is history, but that's been 33 years ago, and 34 actually now.
So Bowden set out to play tour golf, but the road to the PGA Tour was long and filled with potholes.
I turned pro in '89. I didn't get to the tour till '97. A lot of lean times. A lot of times where, no money, struggling, trying to figure out what I was going to do. Still getting better. Still had the fire. Still had the drive to do it. But there were a lot of times I'd call my mom and I'd say, hey, I think I've had enough. And those were times when I was even on the PGA Tour. And but it's a very, very, very difficult journey, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. I've lived a very blessed life, very, very lucky.
Craig bounced back and forth from the PGA Tour to what is now known as the Korn Ferry Tour, where he won 3 times. He played 6 full seasons on the PGA Tour, recording 2 top 10 finishes. 2004
was my best year. I played really, really well in the latter part of '03, and I went out and had a great year in '04. I played in the final group on Saturday with Zach Johnson in Atlanta, and I just finished like 13th in Hawaii, maybe a month or 2 before that. And I really felt like, you know what, I belong. This is where I'm supposed to be.
After retiring from the PGA Tour, Craig has been a mainstay in Indiana. The 3-time Indiana Open champion recently qualified for the Senior PGA Championship to be played next May. Another notch in the belt on what has been a career to be proud of.
I had finishes. I've played this will be my 14th major. From a small town kid from Bedford. Pretty decent. I guess probably the one thing that I'm most proud of is my resilience, my toughness over the years. To be a guy that hit it 270 and to be able to get to the PGA Tour half a dozen times and do what I've done here in the state, whatnot. I sometimes don't want to gloat, but I'm also really proud of the fact that I'm in the Hall of Fame now, and Indiana Golf Hall of Fame, and things like that I could have quit, and I didn't.
And Craig still hasn't quit. His next goal is to win on the Champions Tour. And why not? You can never count out a grinder. In Bloomington, I'm Brian Hammonds for Indiana Golf.